Everyone at the Westbourne Estate knew Maria Alvarez as the help. She arrived before sunrise and left after the moon had already claimed the sky. She scrubbed gold-tiled bathrooms and polished crystal chandeliers, always in silence, her dark curls hidden under a scarf and her uniform always immaculate. She was invisible. And for most of them, that was exactly how they liked her. Except for one man, Ethan Blackwell, heir to the Blackwell fortune, and the man who had made Maria the object of an elaborate and twisted joke. You see, Ethan had a cruel streak. He was smart, ridiculously handsome, and dripping in wealth. But beneath that charm was a biting arrogance. He believed people belonged in boxes, his box being the penthouse, and Maria's the basement. So when the annual Blackwell Foundation gala rolled around and the guest list was being finalized, Ethan had an idea. "Invite Maria," he said with a smirk. "Let's see if the cleaning lady knows which fork to use at dinner." The staff had gasped, assuming he was joking. He wasn't. The invitation was slipped into her locker, printed on fine velvet paper with gold leaf, engraved with her name in cursive. "Maria Alvarez, you are cordially invited to the 10th Annual Blackwell Foundation Gala. Westbourne Ballroom, Saturday, 7 p.m., black tie." Maria stared at it for a long time. She knew exactly what this was. A trap. But she smiled. Because what Ethan didn't know, what none of them knew, was that Maria Alvarez had once walked among the richest of the rich. 5 years ago. Her name had been Maria Costanza del Rio, daughter of South American royalty literally. Her family had old money, oil, gold, and land passed down for generations. But after her father's sudden death, a betrayal within their inner circle led to everything being taken. Her mother had died of heartbreak, and Maria, just 23 at the time, had disappeared into obscurity. Not because she had to, but because she chose to. She wanted to disappear. To see the world without her name protecting her. To understand people not from a throne, but from their sidewalks. So she took a false name, changed her accent, and slipped into the shadows of New York's elite homes as help. She worked for the Westbournes, the Delacroix, the Stonewells, and finally the Blackwells. The night of the gala arrived. Everyone expected her to show up in borrowed clothes, fumbling with champagne glasses and sitting stiffly in the corner. But at exactly 7 p.m., the grand hall went silent as she walked in. Maria was unrecognizable. A sapphire gown clung to her body like liquid night. Diamond teardrops shimmered from her ears, and her hair fell in sleek waves. Her skin glowed, her lips were crimson, and her presence regal.
She didn't walk in.
She glided. Whispers exploded in every corner. Who is that? Which heiress is she? Why is Ethan staring like that? And Ethan was staring. His smirk had vanished, replaced by a growing confusion, then disbelief. "Maria," he whispered, stunned. She tilted her head with a soft smile. "Hello, Mr. Blackwell. Thank you for the invitation." It wasn't just her look that shocked him, it was her voice. Fluent English, yes, but now polished, cultured, confident. Not the soft-spoken whisper of the girl who cleaned his marble floors. This woman had presence. Power. People watched as she moved through the ballroom with elegance, every step echoing like a memory. She greeted business moguls by name, addressed senators in fluent French, and laughed with oil tycoons from Dubai. Her hands wore old aristocratic rings, not something a cleaning lady could ever afford. By dessert, Ethan couldn't take it anymore. He cornered her near the terrace, where city lights blinked like stunned eyes. "What the hell is going on?" he hissed. "Who are you?" She turned to him, calmly sipping her champagne. "I'm Maria Alvarez. That hasn't changed. But you're not poor." "No," she said plainly. "I never was." "Then why clean?" "Because I want to know how people treat those they think are beneath them." She looked him straight in the eye. "Especially men like you." His mouth opened.
Closed.
"I cleaned your home, Ethan. Heard you brag about your net worth. Watched you fire people for fun. You once laughed at a waiter for stuttering. You think money makes you better. But tonight, all your money couldn't buy you what I walked in with." "What's that?" She smiled. "Respect." By now, The whispers had turned to murmurs of curiosity. Socialites began asking about her. The press swarmed. And then the bomb dropped. A Forbes contributor recognized her. Wait a minute, that's Del Rio's daughter. She vanished after the scandal. Holy hell, she's back. Within minutes, social media exploded. Hashtag Maria Del Rio returns. Hashtag Gala Goddess. Hashtag the cleaning lady wing. The narrative flipped overnight. Maria was no longer a curiosity. She was an icon. The next morning, tabloids screamed headlines like, "Cleaning lady turns out to be millionaire heiress. She came to clean." She left the whole room speechless. Ethan Blackwell's prank backfires spectacularly. Maria didn't return to the Blackwell estate. Instead, she started her own foundation, the Alvarez Initiative, to support working-class women who were overlooked, underestimated, and unheard. She went on interviews, graced magazine covers, and spoke at events, always in that calm, poised voice that told the world, you can never judge a woman by her uniform. As for Ethan, his embarrassment went viral. Brands distanced themselves from him. His father, furious, cut his role in the family business. And Maria? She didn't gloat. But when they bumped into each other at another gala months later, Ethan approached, sheepish. "I guess I deserved that," he murmured. Maria nodded. "You did." Then she leaned closer and added, "Next time, treat your cleaning lady like a queen. You never know who's behind the mop." And with that, she walked away, her heels clicking on marble, the sound of power reclaimed. She came to clean but ended up wiping the floor with the entire elite circle. The joke was on them, because Maria Alvarez wasn't just the help. She was the headline.